everyone, today I'm going to be recreating a look that Selena Gomez wore to the Met Gala this year. I've put my own spin on this look, and of course the look is not exactly the same as the look that she wore, however it is very similar. So to start off, I'm going to prime my skin. I'm using the Bioderma Sébium Pore Refiner. This is a really good product for when you're applying foundation or any other makeup onto your skin, as it gives you a good base for your foundation. Then I'm taking my Real Techniques buffing brush and applying my YSL Touche Eclat foundation. This is my favourite foundation. It matches my skin perfectly and is extremely, I find, very sheer. So I'm just applying this and buffing this into my skin using the brush. Then I'm going to take my Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer in the shade Warm Medium number 3 and apply this to any blemishes I have on my skin and just around or just underneath my dark circles. And then once again blend this out using the Real Techniques buffing brush. Using the same brush, I'm going to apply some Stay Matte powder and just mattify my skin. Usually under my eyes is where I apply this powder, and then on my cheeks or anywhere else where I have a little bit of shine. Next, I'm going to take the Urban Decay Primer Potion and apply this to my eyelids using my fingers and sort of gently blend this in. This is to ensure that any colour that I do pack on or put onto my eyelids sort of is vibrant and is true to colour. For this eye makeup look, I'm going to use the Little Black Beauty Book by e.l.f. Firstly, I'm going to take the purple and pink shades from this palette and sort of mix them together and apply this to my crease. I'm using a brush by Bubs Beauty to gently sort of blend the colour into the crease. Once again, as I said earlier, the colour that I'm using here is not the exact colour that Selena Gomez wore to the gala, however I'm just making do with the colours that I have got. I believe that Selena Gomez wore a dark purple in her crease. Next, I'm going to take my Real Techniques Deluxe crease brush and sort of blend this colour out, just to ensure that there's no harsh lines. Then taking a base shadow brush by Real Techniques, I'm going to pick up the white colour from the palette and sort of pack this onto the midsection of my eyelids and the inner corners as well. I'm going to just gently pack on this colour because it's not very dense. I have to sort of build it up, and I'm just going to slowly do this. Then taking the Detailer brush by Real Techniques, I'm going to apply the same white colour onto my inner corners. This is just to ensure that this colour is fairly vibrant and just to sort of open up my eyes and apply it into the inner corners. Using the same brush by Real Techniques, I'm just going to apply that white silvery shade under my eyebrows and use this colour as a highlight. As you can see, the colour is quite dense, so I'm going to take a Real Techniques crease brush and just gently blend this colour out to ensure that it's fairly sheer and not too sort of heavy. Then taking a Eye Shimmery Crayon by Barry M, I'm just going to gently apply this to my waterline, and then taking a brown eyeliner by Collection, I believe, and apply this to my lower lash line. Now, Selena wore a sort of black eyeliner on her lower lash line, but I'm just making do with brown. Then I'm going to attempt to do winged eyeliner. I'm just using my e.l.f. Liquid Precision Eyeliner and just applying this to my lash line. I'm just doing gentle strokes to ensure I get the sort of thickness that I want and the shape and style that I want it to be. Finally, apply mascara to your lashes. Now, I didn't apply mascara to my upper lashes, however I did to my bottom lashes, and this is the finished eye makeup look. Once again, I took my Lasting Perfection concealer and applied this to underneath my eye area, and I'm just using a contour brush by Real Techniques to do this. Now onto the lips. I'm just taking a matte balm by Revlon and just applying this to my lips. This is to act as a base for the lip gloss that I'm going to later apply. Now back onto the face, I'm going to apply a blush. I'm just using a light peach shade blush from Sleek, and I'm going to apply this onto my face, to the sort of part of my face where I'd usually apply bronzer, and I'm just using my contouring brush by Real Techniques to do this. Now back to the lips again, I'm going to use my Maybelline Superstay 10 Hour Stain Gloss in the darker shade. I'll put the name of this shade in the description box, and gently apply this onto my lips. Now I'm going to build up this colour by applying a few layers. I'm going to apply 2 or 3 layers to ensure that the colour darkens up and sort of appears to be a nice berry colour. Finally, going back onto the face, and this is the final step, I promise, I'm just going to apply a nice sort of shimmery blush to my cheeks. I'm just going to apply it sort of just underneath where I applied the blush earlier. Final step, I'm just applying some Stay Matte powder underneath my eyes and anywhere else where I feel like there's a little bit of shine, and just to matte that away. And this is the final makeup look. Very similar to what Selena Gomez wore at the gala, however not exactly the same, as I've put my own spin on it and used shades that are fairly or slightly different to what she was wearing. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone!